Thank you. Please.
The question is, the Holy Prophet said in his last sermons that there will be no prophets, apostles, or no new faith after him. If this is the case...
Where did he say that?
This is the question. And it says this is supported by the Holy Quran as well.
Where does the Holy Quran say that? What the Holy Quran says is, مَا كَانَ مُحَمَّدٌ أَبَا أَحَدٍ مِّن رِجَالِكُمْ وَلَكِنْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ وَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ. Any tradition of the Holy Prophet must be understood in the light of this verse, not contradicting it. So if you quote hadith, any hadith, which contradicts this fundamental verse about Khatamiyat of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then that hadith must be understood to have been misunderstood. Otherwise it's impossible that the words of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam should contradict the words of God. Now the term Khatam al-Nabiyyin can be understood literally as well as metaphorically. The literal translation of Khatam is signet ring, like the ring I'm wearing. This is a signet ring. And the metaphorical understanding of the word signet ring as it applies to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is whatever the best you can relate to signet ring should also be applicable to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So when the Holy Quran says he is a signet ring, it does not mean that he turned into a signet ring. It means that he represents all the best of qualities of signet rings. So if you begin to understand the quality of signet rings, then they should all be applicable to Hazrat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Correct? Now what does the signet ring do? When I make an impression with it, the exact image of what was etched upon the signet ring, or nearly exact image, is produced on the paper. Now what is the image of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? His character, his qualities, his divine representation. So the Holy Quran says, Khatam al-Nabiyyin. He was the signet ring who etched its qualities or who imprinted its qualities upon all the prophets. Do you understand the message?
Yes.
The rest do not, may not. So let me explain this. It does not speak of the finality which other Muslims attribute to this. Of finality I will speak later, but here you must understand that the Holy Quran rejects the idea that Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was a father to a man, ordinary people like Arabian people were. مَا كَانَ مُحَمَّدٌ أَبَا أَحَدٍ مِّن رِجَالِكُمْ. Muhammad was not a father to people like you. وَلَكِنْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. But he was higher than ordinary people, and he was a prophet of God, messenger of God. وَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ. And he was like a signet ring in relation to all the prophets of God. So that shows that some reflection of his character must be found in the character of every other prophet. This is the most important and the clearest message which is delivered by the word Khatam, the term Khatam al-Nabiyyin. Where is the so-called finality concept mentioned here? Nowhere. if anyone claims to be a prophet, if anyone is held to be a prophet anywhere in the world, you must study the character of that claimed prophet, and you must discover in him the character of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which is a divinely character, and without that nobody can claim to be a prophet at all. So he has been told by God to be that ultimate paragon of virtue, by whose standards the truth of all other prophets should be judged. This is the message. And it is said only in relation to Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, nobody can ever claim to be Khatam al-Nabiyyin because he is not universal. And the universal characters of the divine messenger can only be found in Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So all divine messengers, wherever they were or wherever they may belong to, they must conform to this essential condition. Right? This is the meaning of finality, or meaning of Khatam al-Nabiyyin, I should say. Yet, there is implied in this term a sense of finality as well. How? Because it is implied that this prophet has brought a universal message which is applicable to all nations of the world and all people of the world of this age, of past ages and the ages to come. This universality is implied in the word Khatam, or he could not be considered to be a touchstone for the truth of all prophets. When it says all prophets, remember that this declaration is timeless. All prophets not belong to a certain era of the world. All prophets belonging to all the various eras of the world, future not been excluded. So Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam must have brought a teaching which could be applicable to all the problems that man ever faced. And if he is that prophet, then how could his message be changed? The message, if that is the best message for mankind, as the Holy Quran claims, then that message can never be changed. If that message is well protected, as the Holy Quran claims, and man is not given any opportunity by God to interfere with the Quranic teaching and interpolate, then this message, which is perfect, will remain exactly as it is till the end of the time. This is the finality, which I said is implied in the message of Khatam al-Nabiyyin. He is final in the teaching which he brought. He is final in his conduct. Neither his teaching can ever be changed by human hand, nor his conduct can be changed to a better conduct, because he was the best of all the mankind. You can't bring someone better than the best. And if the Quran teaching is the best, as I have proved it from the Quran, it relates to human psyche, it solves all the problems of mankind, and it is also well protected according to the Quran, so that it cannot be changed. So how can you bring about a better teaching than the best? So in this way, his finality is implied in the word Khatam al-Nabiyyin. And we fully believe in that concept of finality. It is wrong to say that we reject that concept. But under the perfect prophet, if the teaching remains the same, but it has begun to be misunderstood. Under the Prophet, whose conduct is best and above all censure, if his conduct is presented in a different way, which was not his conduct, then a prophet who is subordinate must come to rehabilitate the Quranic values and the values of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's conduct. In such a subordinate prophet we believe, and we believe that the concept of such a subordinate prophet is not ruled out in the Quran or in any hadith.